evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Djibouti channel. Here are the top stories of our editions tonight. The head of state inaugurated the greatest mosque Salama at Bika 13. In national event, signature of agreement for the project of construction for hand-run apartment in southern Balbala. On continental news, in Senegal, where is inaugurated a museum of black civilizations in Dakar, capital of Senegal. That were our top stories, and welcome if you join us on Djibouti channel. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Mr. Ismail Omar Guelleh, today inaugurated at the Mosque Salama, located at Bika 13. After completion of construction and equipment, which lasted about a year and a half. Upon his arrival at the square, the head of state was greeted by the Prime Minister Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed and the Minister of Islamic Affairs, Culture and Prosperity Waqf, Mr. Mumin Hassan Barre. In addition to minister officials and other important personalities, recall that the First Lady attended this inauguration ceremony. Even Mrs. Khadra Mahmoud Haid also participated in a collective prayer of Jum'ah. The President of the Republic unveiled the commemorative plaque of the new mosque, which was built with funding from the First Lady, President of the National Union of Djiboutian Women, Mrs. Khadra Mahmoud Haid. The project, which was executed by the Yemeni-based company Al-Hamdani for trade and real estate investment, included a men's and women's mosque, life house, 2 imam apartment, and the muezzin and parking, etc. Construction works lasting 1.5 years. More than 700 people were employed in the construction of this mosque, the majority of which are Djiboutians. It should be noted that this mosque, which was built on a total estimated area of 10 square meters, built according to the Yemeni Islamic architectural model, according to the project manager of the company responsible for building it. So the absorption capacity of this large mosque is estimated at more than 2,000 worshippers. After that, the President of the Republic attended the Friday sermon, which saw participation in many members of the government and parliamentarians, as well as senior civilian and military figures, and a wide audience. In turn, the Minister of Islamic Affairs, Culture and Prosperity Waqf, Mr. Mumin Hassan Barre, said in an interview on national television that he was happy to participate in this inauguration ceremony of the Salama Mosque at Bika 13. He praised the sponsorship of the President of the Republic, Mr. Ismail Omar Guelleh, the event which satisfied to his great interest in the construction of holy places. Speaking about the capacity of the mosque, the minister explained that this mosque could accommodate about 2,000 worshippers in the men's wing and a large number of women. Mr. Mumin Hassan Barre paid tribute to the First Lady, Mrs. Khadra Mahmoud Haid, who founded this mosque, which will be one of the most prominent Islamic monuments of the Republic of Djibouti, asking Allah to make this work a balance between its benefit the day of resurrections. Signature of the technical agreement of the project of construction of 500 social housing in the South Balbala was held yesterday between the government of Djibouti, represented by the Minister to Housing, Mrs. Amina Abdi, and the Chinese government, represented by the advisors of the Embassy of China. The signing ceremony of the agreement was held at the Djiboutian Minister of Foreign Affairs in the presence of several other personalities were present at the signing of the agreement, including the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, the Minister of Housing, Urban Planning and the Environment, Mr. Musa Mohammed, and the Ambassador of China to Djibouti, the General Director Abdurrahman Ali Ahmed, the representatives of the Agency of the International Economic Corporations of the Ministry of Trade, and representative of the Office of the IADP. The new agreement to build 500 new homes will be financed by a grant obtained by the Republic of Djibouti from the People's Republic of China to build social housing, and it's part of the program of construction of social housing launched in 2030 to improve the living conditions of Djiboutians and reduce housing deficits. The Secretary of State responsible for housing, Amina Abdi, is pleased the signing of this new agreement. Where are the words of the Secretary? This new agreement to build 500 new homes will be financed by a grant obtained by the Republic of Djibouti from the People's Republic of China to build social housing, and is part of the program of construction of social housing launched in 2030 to improve the living conditions of Djiboutians. The delegation minister responsible for trade in close collaboration with the WTO, closing the regional dialogue on the accessions of the World Trade Organization of the Greater Horn of Africa. Several experts attended the closing sessions of this dialogue, which lasted until December 5 at the Campus Key Hotel. Among ambassadors of the Republic of Djibouti in Switzerland and permanent representative to international organization in Geneva, Mrs. Khadra Ahmed Hassan, Mr. Roble Jibril Sugal, advisor senior technical, and Mr. Rashiz Agarwal, chief of trade and policy facilitation sections, and Malika Oshikawa, director of association divisions, as well as executive of Ministry of Trade delegate. This dialogue, the first of its kind in Djibouti, was the participant of official delegation from the Great Horn of Africa, such as Comor, Ethiopia, Somalia, as well as Sudan and South Sudan. In a word on this occasion, the Minister of Commerce thanked the World Trade Organization and accessions countries on their trust in Djibouti to host the work of the second regional dialogue, welcome the effort made in recent years to create a climate conducive to the accessions of countries of the Horn of Africa to the organization, promising the necessary support to promote the economic development of these countries. As a part of the capacity building program that the Institute of Diplomatic Studies continues to carry out for the benefit of diplomats and senior executives of public and private sector of our country, the IED closed a training seminar on the dialogue economy entitled Towards Digital Management, the impact of technological change from 2 to 6 December 2018, led by high-level international expert, in this case Dr. Mahir Mujahdihi. This training saw the participations of some 60 senior executives in the country, who during this seminar discovered the different techniques and basic tools necessary for the real digital transitions. This training made participants aware of the different issues and challenges of government, as well as the opportunities, the dysfunctions, and the security of the information processing. On continental news, in Dakar, capital of Senegal, were launched a museum dedicated to black civilizations since the dawn of humanity in Dakar on December 6.
A museum showcasing plaque heritage from the dawn of time to the modern era was inaugurated in the Senegal's capital Dakar on Tuesday, as demands by African countries for the restitution of artwork by their former colonial masters gained tradition. Senegal's President Macky Sall cut the ceremonial ribbon at the ceremony attended by Chinese Cultural Minister Liu Changkun, whose country financed the project to turn off 13 million euro, 34 million.
Here we finish this news edition. Thank you for watching us. Goodbye.